Honestly, I can't think of a reason to get a Chromecast Ultra when this exists. What's up everyone, Matesho with Tech, and today we are talking about this thing right here. This is the Mi Box S. It's a 4K capable Android TV box from Xiaomi that's only $40. I feel like that's all I really need to say, but for those of you who aren't convinced, I'll continue. So let's talk about, first of all, what you get inside the box. You get the Mi Box S itself, which is a very, very tiny streaming box. You get a power adapter, you get an HDMI 2.0 cable, which I'll be honest, it's a little bit shorter than I would like, but I'm not saying no to a free HDMI cable. And then of course you get the Bluetooth voice remote. So this is where I kind of have a problem, is with the Bluetooth voice remote. It's not as great as I would hope it would be. Because it's Bluetooth, it works pretty well. It works from anywhere. You don't need to point it directly at the set-top box because, like I said, it's connected over Bluetooth, so the signal is going over that. Range is obviously whatever Bluetooth range is, so 30 feet. I hope your living room isn't that big. If it is, maybe you should get something better than this, but you know, for most people, that Bluetooth remote is gonna work fine. But the problem that I really have is the fact that I would have expected a streaming box to have media keys on it, but it has no media keys. So I would expect at least a play, pause, rewind, forward buttons on the remote itself, but it doesn't have any of these things built into it. You can still pause by hitting the middle button in the D-pad, but I don't know, I just kind of expect media keys on a remote like this, but it doesn't have them. It's a small complaint, but you know, it is there. It is also like a cheap feeling remote, but it works. I can't complain about that too much. Now, one of the cool things that the remote has is voice control. So it's got a microphone at the top and it's got a Google Assistant button because Android TV supports Google Assistant, so you can use it to play stuff on it like this. Play Bird Box on Netflix.
Sure, opening Netflix.
And you can now also ask Google Assistant any of the normal questions you would ask Google Assistant, like what's the weather, you know, what's LeBron James's height, and things like that, and it will still display to you the results while you're watching something in the background. So if you just have like a quick question while something is playing on in the background, you can ask it. It's kind of cool and it works. I really don't know how much I'm going to use the asking part. I will definitely be using it to play media on there. So for example, I can just tell it to play YouTube videos by MKBHD and it will do it. So yeah, having voice control over your box is really cool. You can also use it as an assistant for all your other stuff. So if you have smart home devices, it can control all those smart home devices from this box, which, you know, for $40, that's pretty awesome. Now, another benefit of having Android TV is the fact that you get all of your basic streaming services, of course. Now, this is not really a brag. You, of course, get Netflix, Hulu, Vudu, YouTube, HBO Now, Sling, ESPN, whatever. You get all of the same stuff that you get everywhere else. So it's not really winning anything up there. But because it's an Android TV box, you can download things like games from the Play Store. I'll be honest, I haven't really done this myself, but it is a possibility if you wanted to use it to play some light titles. It doesn't have the fastest CPU or GPU, so you know those things aren't going to run super great, but it will run. Because it supports Bluetooth, you can also hook up a controller to it and just play games using it. So it's a benefit, but I haven't really tested it, so I can't really speak on that part myself. Now, another really nice thing about Android TV is the fact that it gets Chromecast built into it. This is why I'm saying that you should definitely not buy a Chromecast Ultra, because this thing has Chromecast Ultra built into it, and it's $30 cheaper than the Chromecast Ultra. So, and it gives you a lot more functionality. So definitely, this is a much better way to go. Having Cast built in, you can just go ahead and cast all your media to the device without having to worry about it. I really enjoy having cast in devices. It's something that I was looking to buy. I was looking for a Chromecast Ultra, but then I saw this one and I had to get this instead. Now, Android TV itself, there are a couple of positives. For those of you who've never used it, which I think it's most people, the home screen isn't just a list of apps. Instead, it is a list of like channels, and you can see what you played inside of those. So for example, the Netflix one will give you a list of videos that you were previously watching. So if you want to continue those, for example, if you're watching a series and instead of going into the Netflix app, finding the right series and then hitting play, instead you can just go over to it, hit play, and it will just start playing that series, which is nice. Like, it's got a deep link inside of the app instead of just having a list of apps, which, you know, nobody wants a list of apps on a TV. Now, the only downside of Android TV is not the smoothest experience, especially with this hardware, which is not the best. They don't really tell you what kind of processor you have inside of this, which, I mean, you really shouldn't care, but it's not the fastest processor in the world, and Android TV is a little bit clunky, so It's not the best thing in the world, but it works pretty well. So overall, I think this is a really great option for anybody looking to step up a little bit from their smart TV. Like my smart TV has most of these apps built into it, but it's just a little too slow. This thing is way faster and it has more functionality, which I really wanted. So if you guys are looking for something like that on a budget, this is definitely a great option. But with that, that's pretty much all I have for you guys in this one. Thank you guys so much for watching. Like this video if you guys liked it. Subscribe if you guys want to see more videos like this. And I will catch you guys in the next one. Bye.